building, good teams is the key to anyone's success, and building cross-functional teams is even more important in big organizations or small organizations. But it makes everything easier. And I think the key is identifying the right people, the people that are decision makers, the people that can influence, drive influence in an organization, and putting those people together and letting them participate in developing the strategy. Because people don't like you to walk into their office with the strategy already devised. You want them to be a part of strategy development no matter what you're doing. And I think building good teams is the only way you can build a good team is to make sure that you have the right people, right? And that they have skin in the game, and making sure that ultimately they're going to get something out of it. And I think, I consider myself a talent scout. I'm out there always looking for good talent, not just for my organization, for other organizations inside my company, for other companies outside my sphere of influence, just to make sure that good people get good opportunities, because ultimately you're building a network. And I think I spend a lot of time talking to people about job opportunities here in my company as well as outside in other companies. And I was on the phone last night with a guy who's just this close to landing a new procurement job, and we talked through the good parts of the opportunity and the not so good parts of the opportunity. And I cautioned him to make sure you make the right decision. Just don't take the job because feels like a good opportunity. It needs to be a cultural fit for you. So I think all that kind of gets back to building good teams. You got to be a talent scout. You got to know what to expect of people. You got to know how to find good people in an organization. And I spend a lot of time doing that. I look for energy, good energy, good communication skills. You don't have to be an expert in a particular space for me to sort of fit you into something that I'm doing or that I think you're capable of doing. I just look for it's sort of an innate thing to be able to sort of imagine somebody in the job you want them to be in, even if they're missing 2 or 3 of the technical skills. So the key for me is energy, passion, people that really want to do more than they think they're capable of doing, and drive. So I think those are all sort of key attributes that I look for in people. Selling that concept that a person doesn't have to have all 10 of the skills is sometimes difficult to the rest of the community that you're dealing with. All right, so you've got to make sure that you point people in a direction of the true attributes people have that will make them a winner in the job you want them to do. It's critical. And by the way, sometimes you don't get it right, but the truth of the matter is you can't be afraid to make a mistake on a person, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get it right, and the one time you don't get it right, you don't get it right. I oftentimes have to convince the HR community that the reason this person is going to be good in this job is they have 4 key attributes that I think aren't always readily seen in people. It's something. It's an innate thing. It's something that I feel it, as opposed to, it's a check on the box. And passion's never on anybody's checklist, right? But if a person's passionate about something, that means you're going to get them to do more than they would ever do if they weren't passionate.